My ex-wife and I have a 1-year-old daughter, and I'm currently facing legal issues because she's been limiting the amount of time I can spend with her. For all we know, he might be the best father ever. You know what I'm saying? So why are you taking that away from the father? And more importantly, why are you taking that father figure away from the daughter?
That's what I agree with, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As in, the abuse.
That issue that is between you and the husband, or you and the wife, or whatever.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be taken out on the daughter. And I think that's very harsh on the daughter. Forget about the husband, wife. Yes, guys, what you say, my people? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Ansar.
It's Sakib.
And your boy Hobbs.
And you're tuning into the After 5 Club. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Alright, boys, how you doing? Any updates for today?
Any updates?
How's the week been?
Yeah, bro. Week's been alright, man. Week's been alright. Not bad. Not bad. Just chilling, man. Weather's been a little bit confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, to see, it was raining heavily.
Yeah.
But we needed that rain, though.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
need it,
we
man.
did.
I can't lie, bro. My grass is drying up, bro.
Yeah.
So in that sense,
It was a win-win.
it's good.
Same,
Flowers are
likewise.
sagging, bro.
Yeah.
Flowers are sagging. What about yours?
Yeah, same. Just working,
Yeah.
eating,
Working hard.
sleeping,
Working hard or hardly working, bro?
a bit of both. But yeah, it's just one thing I've realized is it's going by so quick.
Yeah.
Look, we're already in nearly September.
Yeah.
That's nearly the year done.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's
And
true.
what have we done in that time?
Hey,
Lots
Johnny.
of enjoyable podcasts. That's what we've done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something
Okay,
like
maybe not.
that. I got a little brain teaser for you, yeah?
Go for it, bro.
So the question is for this week, yeah, is if you were stranded on an island, no way of getting out,
Okay.
right? What 3 items would you bring to the island?
I'm thinking of Castaway right now. Have you seen that movie? Sick movie,
Sick
innit?
movie, innit?
Have you seen it?
Wicked movie.
You haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I knew he hasn't seen it. Yeah, wicked movie.
Go on, what did you bring? 3 items. 3 items only, yeah? And you can't escape the island.
And it has to be like items,
Has to be
not,
item.
not like a person.
No.
Okay.
So you're on this island alone, and you can only bring 3 things with you.
3 items we can take to an island that we know we're going to be stranded on. For how long?
Let's say for a month.
A month.
Well, that's not too bad.
Okay, bro. I'm going to take myself like a fishing rod. First of all.
In the desert. Or an island.
No, it's an island, bro.
Okay, I went to fishing rod.
No, hang on a minute. I'm gonna start in order, yeah?
Go on.
Because I don't want to waste time, innit?
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna take myself a boat.
But you can't escape, though.
Why not?
I just said you can't escape the island.
Why not?
I said you can't escape the
Yeah,
island.
but if fine, bro. If I take a yacht,
Yeah.
higher chance that I'll be able to make it.
First of all, you're not going to make it if it's a stranded island on a yacht.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Why not?
It's a stranded island.
Yeah, I hear that, but why can't I make it off with the yacht?
This guy, bro, you can't escape the
I
island.
find a
bro.
helicopter, bro.
This guy, bro.
Why
Bro,
not?
You can't escape. You have
You
to
have to
stay
stay
put.
in the island for a month. What
Oh,
3
so
things
I
would you
have
take?
to stay in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's like a vacation for a whole month all by myself solo
Yes.
in a bloody island
Yeah.
with no food, drink or anything.
And nobody there.
Oh, bro, I don't even like fish, bro.
Obviously, you love it, innit?
Hobbs is the one, bro. That's his dream holiday. That's his honeymoon sorted all by himself, bro. On his J's, bro. I'm just thinking, what can we do, bro? I would, bro. I ain't got a choice but to eat fish, innit? There ain't gonna be no chicken or farm there, bro.
You're going to have to make your own, like, hutki and shutki and that.
Shurki. Yeah. Okay, bro. You know what? Stuff it. It is what it is. But can I take food with me?
One piece of food, as in, like, one item of food.
One item.
Yeah.
Well, how long is that gonna last?
However long you want.
I'll take one goat with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll take one goat with me.
Mm.
And then I'll take a torch and a net.
That's basic, bro.
Yeah, what else is there, bro?
But you
bare
can
things,
survive for a month, I would say with that.
Go on, bro.
I
What are you gonna
want to
take?
help first.
I might switch it a little bit.
No, you can't switch it. That's it. It's done.
Why did I go first, bro? Alright, go on, Hobbs. Go on. What are you gonna take?
So what I will take is I will definitely take I will get a water filter.
Huh?
Water filter.
Water filter. So
Interesting.
then just one of those ones where you can just put the pond water or whatever, and it just filters and it's now drinkable.
No such thing exists.
If it existed.
No such filter can make pond water
Or seawater.
Or
or
seawater.
seawater drinkable.
We can still drink seawater, innit?
Yeah.
Can you?
I think so.
Yeah, I suppose you can.
It's salty, like it's gonna mess up your
Very
insides.
salty.
But you can
For
still
You'll be-
survival.
you'll be
to
alright with
survive,
that, bro.
Yeah.
for a month. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
for one for 1 month
For
you'll be
one
alright.
month.
You'll be alright drinking salt water.
Okay, so water filter, I can allow that, right?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next thing I would take is a what's that
Mm.
called? Sleeping bag
Okay.
with a net.
Fine.
Like it's the those ones with the sleeping bag, the kit, right?
With a tent.
Yeah,
Actually, tent, bro.
that's what I'm. Yeah.
Of course, I'd need a bloody tent. Okay,
Yeah.
go on. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to take, and then the last thing I'm going to take is probably a.
Sorry, I was thinking of something, but I can't say it.
What would I take? I would take
Just pick one, bro.
solar powered.
Actually,
Solar powered, something solar powered.
What are we gonna
But
use? it on?
what am I gonna need? I was gonna say you can't get solar powered phones, can you? Or you can.
No, they ain't gonna get no signal there.
You have to get either a solar panel for a phone and get a phone. Because there's no use if you just get a solar panel.
Or a solar panel that can provide electricity, that converts into electricity. I don't know, bro. This is difficult because it's like there's so many things. I don't want to give basic answers.
You know what we should have done? We should have written it down. Because in that way, it's done, innit?
Yeah. 'Cause now I'm thinking, and I can't stop thinking.
Shall I tell you what?
yeah,
Go
you
on,
tell
go on.
me.
You go.
You
You continue thinking.
Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah.
for hunting,
Okay, go on.
I'll take a spear.
Sick guy, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
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 Hunt for spear. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a fish. Or if there's animals on the island,
Mm-hmm.
hunt them using the spear in it. Or a bow and arrow.
But that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Forget
Yeah.
the spear. I'll do the bow
That's
and
fine.
arrow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Bow and arrow. There ain't gonna be no animals. Yeah, it's a small island. And,
Oh,
you know,
still-
you're only gonna get fish, bro. That's under that's the assumption that I
Okay,
went
but I
under.
guess with the fish, I can still use bow and arrow to catch fish. Anyways.
bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow to catch a fish. Yeah.
The spear is easier.
Spear then.
Yeah.
And then, okay, that's for food, yeah?
Mm.
For entertainment,
Netflix login.
I'll bring a football.
Wilson.
No?
No, you don't. No, bro.
I'll bring a football for entertainment. And then last thing, if you're going to bring a goat,
Huh?
you're going to bring a goat, innit?
Go. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to bring a cow. That's going to last me a month.
Oh, bro.
Have a nice steak.
That's gonna start rotting as well, though, innit?
I'll eat it though.
Actually, no. I'll bring a cow. I'll switch it up.
No, you
No, I want a goat now.
No,
I
you
don't. I want a cow.
No, you stick with a buckery.
I want a camel.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
have
go
one.
on, bro. You take your camel.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because it's got water in its hump.
My
I
hump.
don't know.
So you said what?
So I said a water filtration system or whatever to filter water.
Yeah.
I said the tent with a net.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then the last one is going to be something that I can hunt or eat, which is probably an axe.
An axe.
An axe. Even for wood cutting or if there's trees with fruits there, an axe. Yeah, an axe.
Okay. Heavy axe, oh.
Yeah, heavy axe. Yeah. I'm stranded for 1 month. I'm not moving around. I'm staying in that place for 1 month and longing it out as much as I can. I'm not taking that risk.
Okay, hang on. This is a question, yeah?
Yeah.
Out of the three of us, who would last longest on a stranded island?
I think it might be Sakib.
Why?
Because you've got that
You got a DIY
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I can probably
Yeah.
I can
You can
probably
survive.
survive. I reckon.
I think mentally I'll be better.
Yeah, I think mentally you'd probably be better.
Yeah.
I think in terms
Honestly,
of practicality and like making stuff and making things more cozy and homely for the next month, I think I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna die straight away.
I was literally just trying to think, what would do?
Oh, damn. How cool! I've committed suicide.
Alright, cool.
Come on, let's move on.
Go on, bro. Bro, have you seen it? There's this TikTok thing, yeah? There's this TikTok trend. Not trend, right? But a lot of TikTokers, yeah, they're like... They're having like internal boxing matches.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of them?
I don't know about TikTok, I know about the YouTube,
YouTubers, TikTok, and like, yeah, they're like for example, there's organizations that are like having like little sort of
Influencer boxing
fights. Yeah, that's it.
KSI's got his own like flipping. What is it called?
Misfits.
Misfits, isn't it?
What's your thoughts on that?
I think the trend is gone now, man. I think
reckon?
I think people are doing it now. They're just clutching at straws.
I think, do you know what it is as well? I think people don't realize how risky it can be, because your career, because most of the people, they're influencers, so their career is essentially them being famous and being popular. So one wrong result or something that you may have done wrong, your whole career can just now be completely ended. All because of that boxing fight.
They get good payday though,
but not like life changing.
Yeah.
I don't think influencers, the smaller influencers, I don't think they get paid like, oh, I'm gonna do this boxing fight.
Well, what's gonna be life changing? What's gonna be
life changing is in the millions.
No, as in like what's gonna happen to them? Like
as in you mean like, for example, they can ruin the rep.
Yeah, like as in, so for example, like
because quite a lot of people are jumping on it, you know.
Yes.
I don't think it ruined the rep though. It just lost the fight. So what?
No, I think it can ruin the rep, man.
Nah,
because it's influencers. They're not actually boxers. So
that's the thing, innit, bro? Like think about it. They're used to like creating like content for TikTok, for short clips and for videos and all that sort of stuff. They never were famous for like, you know, being a fighter or a boxer or anything like that. Like for example, bro, like the recent one. Did you see the recent fight?
which one?
I say UK Plug. What's his name, man? What's that guy's name, man?
Rashi Flex.
Rashi Flex. And Raheem Pardesi.
Is he the Pakistani?
He's the one who does all the what's it called, man?
The funny videos, skits videos and shit.
Style.
What skits?
Comedy videos.
Yeah. He does all these comedy videos and pretends to be the wife as well as the husband and the dad and all this sort of stuff. And them two, they had a fight. Did you guys see the fight?
I didn't see the fight. No.
I didn't.
Who won?
Rashi Flex won. I mean, it was bruv, to be fair,
was it a legit fight though? Was it an entertaining fight? Or was
you know what? I watched it. I watched it purely because, you know what? There was just so much hype on TikTok for like ages, right? It was like, for example, you know, they're both like battling it with each other. They're both proper giving it a large to each other, and they're like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this to you in the ring, and you know, 17th August, you're gonna see this, that, blah, 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 and whatnot. Proper hyping it, bears. And then what's it called? When it happened, it was only just 3 rounds. And bro, if I have to be honest, I don't think one was significantly better than the other, in my personal opinion, right? But what they said was that Rashi Flexi won. In my opinion, I don't think either. But as I said, there's no significant winner there. It will be hard for me to say one's way better than the other or anything like that. I would probably say it was pretty much neck and neck. There's one thing, like for example, you know, Raheem Pardesi, he was definitely getting more swings in, but whether he was connecting or not, I don't know. Whereas the other guy, UK Plug, I keep forgetting his name now. Rashi Flex. He was still connecting a little bit more, but the power, the force weren't really there. Like, do you know what I mean? But I think, you know, when it comes to boxing, it is about the contact that's being made.
It's endurance as well, man.
But you know what? I think it's good to see, especially because I haven't seen the fight, but I've heard the hype and the build up to it, and it's nice to see because it's Desi culturally orientated.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's good because it's like you're given a platform.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's better than not having it.
Yeah,
You know, it's giving opportunities. Like, you know, people that were comedians or they're doing skits. It's like another avenue and maybe another audience to kind of for them to reach out to. So I think it's a win-win for the boxers and for the entertainment.
It was
industry.
good entertainment. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was definitely good entertainment.
Was it free?
No, I just watched it on YouTube afterwards, bro. Like I think you can sign up to like one of the websites. I didn't watch it live. Like, yeah.
I like paying to watch that, bro.
Nah, I think no, but
That's real, bro.
Like,
No, I think obviously, bro, both of them have got quite a lot of fans. So you can imagine like their fans will probably still subscribe in it. They're still, but there was some audience there as well, man.
Was it?
There's a lot of there's a reasonable amount of audience.
And now with those ones, you know, these kind of small companies that are trying to build them up, especially helping the Desi community, those are the people that we should be advocating to buy pay-per-views from, because you know that money is going directly to the organization, whereas these big organizations that we pay money for, like to watch the Anthony Joshua fights and all of these stuff, like really and truly the money is going to them. But it's nicer knowing that your money is going to people of your
I mean,
culture.
for example, this last fight, from what I understood, I only heard someone else talking about it, but what they claimed was that it was done for charity.
Even
so it's
better.
kind of good as well, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean?
I remember.
But I think in the process, bro, they both got very personal. Like for example, I think.
No, but that's just for show, though, innit? That's just
No,
to sell
no,
tickets.
bro. After the fight, because
after the fight.
when UK Plug got the winning,
Yeah.
I don't think Raheem took that well, bro. Because a lot of people were saying he won. But in my personal opinion, I think it's hard to say whether one person's way better or significantly better than the other, right? And
So what, no one got knocked out? It was on points.
no one got knocked
It
out.
was on points.
What's the other guy's name again?
Rashi Flex.
Rashi Flex got knocked down to the floor,
Yeah.
right? But
Was it a slip or was it not?
they said that yeah, you know what, he slipped and therefore it don't count as a knockdown. He was kind of protecting himself. Maybe it was a slip. It wasn't a direct hit to his head, in my opinion, but it did happen a little bit faster. It's hard to say. But yeah, but knockdown doesn't necessarily mean that you've won.
No,
unless you stay on the floor.
No,
Like,
if you
do know
can
what
still
I
get
mean?
knocked down, but then if you're landing the punches, you can still get.
But
punches.
you know what though? You know how people saying that it was a controversial decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes in my head, I think organizations like these, maybe they purposely add controversy because
It's true,
that's
true.
what brings in the entertainment.
Yeah.
People are now, like, you know, you were mentioning it to me. Oh, have you seen the fight? There was controversy. Then now I'm going to go instantly and watch it to see what the controversy is.
Yeah.
So I feel like every business has a game plan.
Yeah, 100%.
And
100%.
So your goal in those types of businesses should be how can we sustain this for as long as possible?
Yeah.
Because if someone won instantly or as quickly as possible, it's not longer lasting and you can't make more money from it.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Raheem Bardesi, bro? I'm not gonna lie, before, bro, like I used to find him so cringe, man. Like, I just can't. I know he's got a big following in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Like the Desis love him.
Yeah.
Because it's just that cringe banner that's always popping in Pakistan, like back home. It's always like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see bears of them on YouTube, bro.
I think a lot of his following is from Pakistan.
Yeah.
He seems bruv, he does do some funny content. Like,
I don't think any of them are funny,
No?
bro. No.
some of them are cringe. Some of them were cringe at the beginning, but I don't know, man. I don't think he's too bad.
I don't rate him.
He's popular for a reason. As
I
well,
rate him for the effort and what he's done and building a following and all that
he's
sort.
gone through mad effort. Innit?
Yeah.
But I think the problem is, you know, one of the statements you said at the beginning, it can ruin your rep. My only issue is over here is that, bro, my guy's got a very good following. He's built a good rep for himself. Why are you ruining it? Do you know what I mean? In this situation, bro, I think what he's done is he's not accepted the defeat well. And I think for him to create a lot of content to say, yeah, you know, he was robbed and all that sort of stuff.
No, but that's an avenue for them to fight again, though, isn't it?
I don't think they're gonna fight again.
They could do if it was
Bro, if they
successful.
fight again, I don't think anyone's gonna watch it.
I mean, if he's creating a hype, then that's probably right. He's not taking it well.
Bro, it's not worth watching.
But I don't think it's worth watching in the first place.
No. It was worth watching because I thought, bro, like, as in the way they were talking, bro, I thought it was gonna be sick, innit? Right? But I don't think there was much there to watch, bro. Like, as in, with the greatest of respect, I like both of them guys, but you know, like, as in, at the end of the day, they're not boxers, innit?
Yeah.
As long as they made some money or something from
Yeah.
it, however much they made, or if they made anything, or if it helped their career in any way, then it's a bonus.
Yeah,
But other than that, I don't think it's long. It's not a long-term thing you can be doing.
No, of course not, bro. Of course not.
Yeah, it's not. So you kind of have to question. Some people are perfect for like influencer boxing, but not everyone is.
Right, boys, moving on, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, I came across video from Sadia Khan, yeah? You all know who she is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Sadia Psychology, she basically is an advocate for, like, psychology, and I know she's had a bit of controversy in recent times about
A
her.
fake psychologist.
Fake
With
psychology.
respect.
I don't know. Allegedly. We don't know.
Well, bro, she's not proven that she is on the register.
I mean, she needs to come out and
She needs to
back herself.
she needs to prove.
She
prove she's
might
on the
just be
register, innit?
studying at the moment.
No,
And
bro,
it's just waiting
bro.
now.
You know what the sorry, you know what? I shouldn't really cut you off, but you know what? In the UK, this is the interesting fact, yeah. So for example, anyone can claim to be a psychologist. Anyone can claim to be a someone from a professional background, and that professional body cannot do nothing about it. Interesting, though, isn't it?
But call it what you want, bro. I think she's done a lot of good, man.
Oh, sure. Oh, 100%. She obviously gets clients, innit?
She gets clients. Also, I think she gets a lot of like backing from not only men but a lot of women as well. I think she relates to a lot of people and what she says, and especially for men.
Yeah.
She's not one of them. Do you know nowadays you're seeing a lot of like girl bosses and women need to be like here,
Like feminists.
yeah, feminists. Men are trash. This that. I think she's one of the few people who are actually standing up, and she doesn't take men's side completely. She's not a pick me, but she's like someone who actually does see both sides in it. So, anyways, let me show you this clip, yeah, and then we can sort of react to it.
Person who's been traumatized wants nothing more than love, but because it's so unfamiliar to them, when they get it, they're suspicious of it, and they reject it, and they test it, and they punish the person who's trying to love them, unless they meet somebody who's bad for them. When they meet somebody who's bad for them and is also abusive and is also neglectful, this feels familiar. I know how to navigate this person. I'm going to love you with all my heart. But somebody who's consistent, caring, and loving, what's wrong with you? Why are you loving me? This can't be real. Let me test you. Let me swear at you. Let me shout at you. Let me pretend to break up with you. Let me test you. But you, the abusive, neglectful, narcissistic kind of partner, you're exactly what the doctor ordered. I know exactly what to do with you, so I'm going to love you endlessly.
So, what do you guys think of that?
Bro, I'm trying to process what she's saying. Yeah. So basically, what she's saying is, lots of people who are in a damaged relationship, once they're out of it, they are unfortunately trying to get themselves back into another damaged relationship, rather than go for someone who's actually going to be loving and caring for someone. Like with all their heart. They're going to have doubts with that person. They're going to start treating that person badly or something like that. So now, bro, I personally don't actually agree with that. I don't think that's the case.
I think it is. I think it makes sense. I think if someone has a past of like traumatic experiences within their past relationships, they've experienced someone who is bad to them, who is maybe abusive or mentally abusive, right? That's all you know. That's all you're accustomed to. So then when you do find someone that is good to you, that who is like sort of going to look after you and be a good person, you're automatically going to be like, right, I'm not used to this. I'm not familiar with this. So they're more familiar with someone who is going to treat them bad. And I'll be honest, this ties in with a lot of like our desi sort of issues as well. Because when you do like when people go for marriage and stuff, we don't know anything about the past. People aren't not revealing their past anyway, right? So they go into your marriage, no clue what the pasts are, and then when they do get married, they're like, right, I'm not used to this person being good to me or this person being like nice to me, and then they end up having issues because of that traumatic experiences, traumatic past.
No, look, I hear that, and I do realize that these situations do exist. Yeah, it's where basically sometimes someone can have a past, and because of that past, they can have knock-on effects. And for example, now they also start thinking like that and whatnot type thing. But there are also people who get treated and who there are also people out there who get abused, right? Physically, mentally, psychologically, to the point where basically they kind of build hatred towards that sort of character. And bro, there's no way. So there's two types of people. There's some people who go through pain, and they maybe from within they kind of unconsciously are somewhat attracted to that pain.
But that's what she's saying,
right?
isn't it? She's not saying that you go ahead and seek that person.
Yeah.
You're subconsciously attracted to that person because that's what you're used to.
But what I'm saying is that there's two types. What I'm trying to say is you can't generalize and say that that is the case. My problem with what Sadia Khan says is, and by the way, obviously she's got mad following, so like I'm not trying to go against what she's saying. Obviously, loads of people who follow her probably told me shut up, right? But what I'm simply saying is that my problem with a lot of Sadia Khan's statements is that basically it's either her way or the highway. What I'm trying to say is that, bruv, there is an in-between as well. Right? Not you can't generalize everything.
I don't think she is generalizing. I think
she did. She's pretty much said, you know what? If somebody has done this, she could have reworded that to the point where she said majority of people who go through this. She didn't say majority, did she? Okay. And bro, this is a typical pattern that I've seen with her. She she generalizes so much to the point where basically it's my way and what I think is correct, and that is it. This is the problem that I don't agree with.
It's like the Andrew Tate approach, isn't it? It's like it's very like out there, outlandish in like statements, yeah. That people, it's like a wow factor, isn't it? It's like something that either people really really resonate with, and you're also gonna get people that completely disagree with, isn't it? That's the approach, don't it?
Bro, look, the thing is that Andrew Tate was someone who was like a proper strong influencer, like to the point where basically he will make a statement, and because he's like an alpha male type person, a lot of men would follow and agree with his sort of way of thought process and all that. She's not an alpha female or whatever you want to call it, or beta female or whatever, I don't know, right? But what I'm trying to say is, right, you can't, both the approaches, although yes, they're both very popular, I can see that with Andrew Tate, if you listen to a lot of his context, he wasn't a lot of, he would also cover himself by, like, for example, saying, by not generalizing for everyone. He would always say, like, you know, if this that blah blah blah, if you're that sort of person, this that blah, he would talk really really fast, but he within his speech he would always come up with the opposition as well. With her, she doesn't
obviously
do that.
She's not perfect, but I think she's doing a lot of good though. I think she's doing a lot of good for both men and female in terms of what advice she's giving out, man.
I've listened to some of her content, and bro, I have to say she does. A lot of it does kind of make sense as well. Some things I don't necessarily agree with, right? But for example, with this one, what I think is, yes, I hear you, but there are also people who would build so much hatred towards that sort of lifestyle. And a lot of people do move away from those toxic relationships and they find such a happy relationship with someone else. And there's so many examples of that. So I'm sure, bro, if you read up the comments of that, I haven't even seen the comments, but I'm sure there's going to be people out there who won't agree. But at the same time, most of her following are the sort of people who do think like her.
In terms of what? Like psychologists?
Who would agree with what she's saying.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She's hitting a certain target.
Yeah, she's hitting a certain target group of people, but there's a lot of people there's a lot of majority out there who think the complete opposite, who don't follow her.
Yeah, I get it. She went wrong in terms of not generalizing. As in, she generalized a lot of the same people, but then I'm pretty sure I do agree that a lot of people do find themselves in that situation. And obviously, you do get certain scenarios and certain, people who do think differently. But then I think generally, that's what she meant.
Bro, the first thing that I would say is, a psychologist will never give an advice to someone. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
What did it?
A psychologist is there to be able to help you make the decision. Proper psychologist will never make the decision for you. Will not tell you whether this decision is right or whether that decision is wrong.
Well, she's not giving advice though.
She does though, innit?
She's not giving advice.
She does on many other occasions.
No, but she's generally just saying how people think and why certain people are like certain way, and why there's issues.
Now, bro,
in-
if she was
in
a
the men's
professional
sphere or whatever.
psychologist, yeah, why would you go to someone who's so judgmental? She's also very, very judgmental.
She's keeping it real. She's just keeping it real.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Hobbs, you've been very, very quiet, man.
Do you know why? It's because me personally, I don't tend to watch a lot of people like Sadia. A lot of similar reasons, and the reasonings behind that is because I'm a realist, right? So for me,
Bro, the way you said that. Bro, the way you said that. Oh my days, bro. Bro, my dad needs a cape, bro.
You're the realest of the realists,
realist,
bro.
bro.
That's it, mate.
You
Come on.
fucking smashed it, though. You fucking. I knew he was gonna say something like that. I was just waiting for that. I love
Back
that,
up,
bro.
man.
The truth is, every single person is different. No one thinks the same. No one. So for me, you can't be in a position giving advice because you don't know what that person's mindset is. You can guess what it is. You can generalize, but you can never be able to know. The only person that will know is that person himself. So for me, my advice would be to anyone watching these sort of things. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying take everything with a pinch of salt, because that advice someone might be giving to you, yes, for some people, if they follow that advice, it might work. But for others, it just won't work. And that's why, this is why I stopped and I don't really listen to these things, because it can you can get brainwashed subconsciously without even realizing, because you're now part of, it's social media. That's what social media does. You know, you become what you see, what you hear. And that's why it's very, very careful, and you limit and control what you're actually watching and listening, whether it's good advice or bad. So with these scenarios and stuff, for me, I wouldn't, I'll take it with that pinch of salt. It's good to have an idea, but don't ever feel like, oh yeah, look, she's advising this, or this person's advising this, I need to do this now. So that's my opinion. I feel like, you know, in this situation itself, you know, what she said, yes, 100% some people will agree, and 100% some people will disagree. But for me, I just feel like, what's the need of saying that point? Because
thing is-
people are
the thing
going to
is,
agree and disagree. No one's going to...
No, the
You're
thing
never
is-
100%.
Yeah. You can't make that
You
statement.
can't make
that
like,
statement.
But then the thing is, when it comes to advice, think about it. For advice, you're never gonna be able to tailor everyone's situation and their environment or whatever to their specific problem.
No,
You
no,
know
no.
what I'm saying? When you give advice, you try to reach the masses. Obviously, you're not gonna hit everyone. There's obviously gonna be a few people that aren't gonna resonate, that aren't gonna relate to it. But as long as you try and your best to reach out to the masses and reach out to the most people, that's where advice becomes effective, doesn't it?
But I think what the next step can be is whoever it is, but not just Sadia, but whoever's mentioning advice and giving advice, they should clarify that. What they're trying to portray is a narrative of, this is the advice. This is the only advice that you've got to take this advice, or you're not going to improve your lifestyle, or whatever the problem or scenario is. Whereas what they should be doing is saying, this is a majority, or they could say this is a set amount of people, but it doesn't apply to everyone. Some
again,
people,
we're-
and you need to give that opposing
We're
argument as well.
reacting to a clip, though, innit? We're not reacting to a full podcast, innit?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
true. That's very true.
True, but I don't know, because I don't watch it. But from your experience of watching, let's just use Sadia
I
as an
don't watch
example.
it myself.
I've actually watched like, a few of her podcasts.
Okay,
I think
and-
she's quite spot on with what she says, man.
Well,
And
fair
I'm
enough.
not even saying that as a bias or anything like that. I just
Yeah.
think like what she says is good advice, and I think it is. Yeah, she is generalizing a lot, right? But again, it's to the point that she is trying to reach the masses, trying to help as many people as she possibly can.
But do you not think in the process, when she's making bold statements like that, do you not think she could also be damaging some relationships as well?
That's
Because
each
bro,
their own, man.
No, that's
each their own.
100% each themselves. But then, bro, you can put it in the same context. You can use the same term each to themselves when they're following that as well.
You can
Like,
use the
then-
same example for Andrew Tate, man. Andrew Tate says a lot of bold statements.
Yeah,
And if you do follow advice, you may become an absolute bum, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might actually go out and do some madness.
lot
So
have.
like this is the point though. When you do come out on a big platform like social media,
Yeah.
and you're getting a lot of attention and you're saying stuff like that, it's always going to come with negatives, isn't it?
But then I think as well, it's important that the viewers are aware of this, and they don't get, as we mentioned, brainwashed into following and believing everything that someone online who has some followers
I agree
say.
with that, because what you're seeing now,
Yeah, go on.
what you see now is that a lot of people find someone they resonate with or they relate to, and then they think that anything they say is the holy grail.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They take everything they say to too literally.
Yeah.
I remember I came across someone called Patrick Bet David. Have you heard of him? You've probably seen him. I'll show you who he is. Yeah, basically he's like someone in the business scene. He's quite big in it, and a lot of the things what he says is I like what he says, but then sometimes his political statements about like Islam and this that, but I don't agree with. And then this is where people do just sort of like they take all of his advice and just take it. As in, like, I don't know how to explain it, but they
run with it.
They run with it, yeah. They can't separate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They can't separate one advice to another piece of advice.
What's his name?
Patrick Bet David.
Oh, okay.
You probably have come across his videos on TikTok or something like that.
And that's why, as always, like you have to be careful because with social media, anyone can upload anything, and most likely it's like whether it's wrong, whether it's right or not, it's accessible to everyone. So you have to be careful because there are some people that, although in their heads they might be thinking this is a good advice, it might be the complete opposite. And as we know, like with social media platforms and everything, it's targeted. Majority of users are young audiences.
Yeah.
So they're not at some people. I'm generalizing here myself, but generally young audiences, it's harder for them to spot the difference between good advice and not good advice. And they more are attracted towards, oh, this person's famous, popularity. This person, a lot of people like them, so whatever they say must be right. And that's why I just want to.
They get hyped up with like their friends.
That's it.
And you know, with others as well, like oh, have you listened to like the same way? And what's his name? Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like as in, you know, all the lads in school, they're gonna be saying, oh yeah, you know what, Andrew Tate, have you listened to him, mate? This guy speaks facts, man. This guy speaks facts. Automatically, now you're already impressed, and you're like thinking, yeah, you know what, now I need to listen to this guy.
It's the influence.
Yeah, it's
that's
proper,
it.
and your own friends are also influenced by it, and now they're influencing you.
And the sad thing is these types of influences, they're very, very infectious because when people are like popular like this and more people are watching, it's like it sort of compounds on itself. So it's like a virus. From one, it would lead to 1,000 to 10,000 people easily. And that's why you always have to be careful with social media. But again, from just generalizing about Sadia, you know, a lot of stuff she does say is good advice, right? But I think her audience are a bit older. They're not for the younger generation at the same time. So their audience, the reason why she's got a following is because whatever she does say, the audience is able to pick up that, okay, this might not apply to me, but I understand how it can apply to somebody else. So it's more like, okay, whereas, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's hard to explain, but it's her audience is slightly different to what, for example, Andrew Tate's audience is like. Because a lot of them are very young.
Right, boys, let's move on, man. Let's move on. So I got a question for you guys this week, yeah? Let me know what you think. This week's question.
Yep.
It says, I'm a 30-year-old man who got divorced recently. My ex-wife and I have a 1-year-old daughter, and I'm currently facing legal issues because she's been limiting the amount of time I can spend with her. We divorced mainly because her morals and lifestyles were completely different from mine, and she wasn't respecting my values. I'm struggling to navigate the situation. I'm worried about the impact it will have on my relationship with my daughter. What should I do to protect my rights as a father and ensure I can be part of my daughter's life? So, rundown is 30-year-old man, divorced with his ex-wife. He's got a daughter, 1-year-old, and the ex-wife is basically limiting how many visits the father can see the daughter for.
Yeah.
They got divorced because they were morally like just different. She wasn't respecting his values. She wasn't respecting what he stands for, etc., etc. And now he's worried that this is gonna have an impact on his relationship with his daughter.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, bro, it's such a common issue though, isn't it?
And it's
such a common issue.
It's very vague. We don't know much.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, whatever the reasons, whatnot, I think, bro, I just don't get this whole concept of people trying to take out their personal issues by doing damage, by taking advantage of children. Like, for example, why are you limiting a father from meeting his daughter? Fine, yeah, you've had your issues, whatnot, but why are you trying to kick him where it hurts? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's deep. That is proper. That's a low blow.
Yeah.
That is a proper low blow.
Yeah. Unless the guy was a complete waste man, like he was abusive and like he wasn't like there for his daughter, then I understand it. But like you using the legal system to sort of like hide your daughter away from the father. It's wrong, man.
Bro, I don't think any mother is a good mother if they're trying to, because they've got their personal differences with the next man, they're now trying to hurt them by keeping the children away. I think that is so bang out of order, and you know what, I just pray for these sort of people, innit?
Do you know what though?
It's
I
just
think
horrible, regardless under any circumstance.
it depends, in my opinion. I think especially in our culture, in our Desi culture, you know, we've heard so many multiple stories of, you know, people coming out of an abusive relationship where there's been an abusive husband, but usually we find out when it's too late, when the abuse has been happening not only for like a couple of months, maybe it's been happening for 4 or 5 years, and only then that's when it's come out. They've had a divorce and everything, and in situations like this, I feel like you know, because it's taboo. You know, when somebody is abusive to the other half, especially in our culture, we try and keep it in and try and keep it hush-hush, or we try and we don't want to air out dirty laundry and all of these kind of things. So I feel like if for only the husband and wife know exactly how they've been treated or they've been treating the other half. So if it's a case of, okay, you know, this person has been abusive, but no one knows because I haven't told anyone, I will do my best to restrict them to protect my own children. Like sometimes if my husband is abusive, he shouldn't have the right to see my children, whether even though that's the abusive person's child is that same person. I feel like the right just goes because you shouldn't have a right anymore because you are abusive, and that's something that
Abusive to who, bro? Sorry, wait. I'm trying to, bro. You keep using the word abusive, but what do you mean? Like psychological abusive? Do you mean like verbal abuse, bro? 90% of people use verbal abuse. Swearing is verbal abuse. So define abusiveness.
No, but it's two things on it. If it's abuse to the wife, right? That can be forgiven because you can't be forgiven.
It can't be forgiven,
but
that's
now. It's done. It's
that's
finished.
between them two.
Yeah.
Why are you getting the
you shouldn't get
the
the
child
daughter
involved? That's what I'm saying. What you're saying.
If the abuse is targeted at the child, then that's a different story.
But imagine, say for example, put yourself in. You're the one being abused. You're the victim.
Yeah.
Right. You've got a child.
Yeah.
The person that's abusing you. Yes, fair enough. That person's child is your child as well. Right. Now, wouldn't you do your best? You're being abused. You know how this person can be, whether it's verbal, physical, anything. It doesn't make a big difference. Abuse leading to a divorce. So it's not minor stuff like verbal abuse. Everyone's verbal abuse. We're not talking about that pain.
Like physical.
No, but there's a lot of people who say there was psychological abuse to the point which benefits them, innit? Like that's what.
Say physical abuse.
Okay, fine. Let's say physical abuse.
Physical abuse, right? And you're the one being abused.
Yeah.
Right. And you've got a child. You're sharing a child.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, I'm just asking a question,
Yeah.
wouldn't you do your best to protect your child from seeing an abuser and having a connection or relationship with an abuser? Just because you've birthed that person, like just because that person's the father, doesn't automatically give them a right to look after that child or to see their child. If they were an abuser or are an abuser.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying that
and it makes sense. And it makes sense. But again, if like you got, let's just say in this case you got a daughter, yeah, and I'm the one being abused, that daughter still has a right to see her father. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the abuse is not aimed at the daughter. For all we know, he might be the best father ever. You know what I'm saying? So why are you taking that away from the father? And more importantly, why are you taking that father figure away from the daughter?
That's what I agree with. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, as in, the abuse.
That issue that is between you and the husband, or you and the wife, or whatever.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be taken out on the door, and I think that's very harsh from the door. Forget about the husband and wife.
And you know what? It depends on the level of abuse. Yeah. So like for example, if somebody is getting to the point where they've done physical abuse, like to the point where, you know, they're getting like a burning iron and they're like trying to burn the missus or something like that. I'm just saying, there's all sorts of weirdos out there. There's people out there who bite their missus. It's like, I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. Do you know what I mean? Right. Surely they'd have some sort of like prison sentence or something like that as well. So if it's that level of abuse, then fair enough. You know what? I wouldn't argue. But if it's just it depends on the level.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I mean.
You
right.
know, bro. Any parent would be able to work out if my child is under threat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
can still work out. Yeah, is this person that abusive to the point where basically they're gonna they're going to slap up their daughter or they're going to slap up their son.
And that's what I meant by, this scenario is very vague, because that could be potentially, I'm just saying that potentially could be the reason why she's limiting him.
No, but abuse, we're just speculating with abuse. Apparently there's no abuse in this relationship.
Yeah, there was no mention of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just speculating. Right? If there was abuse, then yeah.
Fair enough. But another thing as well, with the UK system, right, what I'm sure is, I'm not sure, but I thought, when you are going through the courts of children and all of these things, don't you have like a case officer or something? Or it's like, okay, over the weekend, you can see your child, but it's in a protected environment where there's somebody third party there, just so that they're, and so if it's something like that, then my question would be is, how is somebody limiting it? Because if everything's controlled,
the thing is conservative.
So basically, to me, it sounds as though she's really sticking by that. So which bro, let's just say in this country, for example, if the court is just gonna allow the man to spend half a day on a Sunday with the child once a week, she's just sticking with that, even if he wants to spend more. Out of courtesy, if a parent, bro, the way I simply see it is forget the court laws, right? You as a human, you've got your own sort of mind and courtesy as well. You don't have to follow everything by the books, bro. We're all human. Nobody ever does, right? So what I'm simply saying is, now when it suits you just because it's going to hurt this person, now you're going to limit the amount he's going to be able to spend time with his daughter. This in fact, bro, I find that abuse on the other way around, because what this partner is essentially doing is she could potentially be brainwashing the child against the father. She could be limiting the amount of interaction, the engagement this child has got with his father and his father's family, as opposed to her own, and manipulating the child's thought processes in terms of development, and not allowing the child to be able to make their own decisions for what they want to follow in terms of upbringing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just simply saying, I don't think any child should be limited. Like, I get, yes, you know what, if both parents want to spend massive amount of time with each other, you just come to like a reasonable agreement. Yes, obviously every child needs their mother more, it's debatable culturally and whatnot, right? So if that is the case, then you know what, maybe spend like, for example, more days with the mother, but you don't have to limit it to like half a day or 1 day or something like that. Like, let the father, if once or twice, 2 weeks in a month, if he wants to spend 2 days with the child or 3 days with the child, let him bond with his daughter as well, because at the end of the day, he's got every right to be a father figure for his daughter.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? How many children do you see who are raised by single parents, right? And they go completely the wrong direction. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a very, very common thing. And I'm not saying, I'm not generalizing like some people, right? But I'm just, but I am generally just saying that the risks are greater. The risks are greater because one person, you can still you can still be blindsided, but two people is hard. It's more difficult to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Bro, how does it work? Like, in this instance, yeah. So they came up, they got divorced because there was a disagreement, or they just didn't think they were compatible, whatever have you. Yeah. So now they got a daughter. So how does it work with visitations? Is it the mother that gets more of a percentage?
Yeah, I think the country automatically the mother gets more privileges, and
that's again, you're right. That is abusing the system, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're abusing the system.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Look, I'm just simply saying, there could be situations where the mother is now dating some random people, some drug dealers, God knows who, and now that child is stuck with that mother. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing the father can do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Bro, there's ample amount of situations you can think of where it could be the opposite way as well. So I think, you gotta be reasonable. Sometimes girls, of course, I'm not saying girls, even men as well, when they break up after something, which has impacted them psychologically, they do sometimes go the other extreme as well. They may not be in the right senses. They may be a little bit more vulnerable. They might end up wanting to be getting into like a rebound situation or something like that. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's important to let your children don't make it personal for that child, innit? Don't you've got your personal issues, that's fine, but don't let it impact the child. I think that's uncalled for.
Yeah, that's the main point as well, bro. Like the child doesn't deserve this. It's not the child's fault they got separated. It's not the child's fault they got divorced.
Exactly.
So why it should be the child's fault that is flipping they don't get to see the father?
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just not fair, man. It's not right.
Yeah.
And it's sad because especially, when a child is young and obviously if the parent, like let's just say in this situation, the mother is limiting them seeing their own father, when the child gets older, the child might have so many questions in their mind, like, oh, why is my dad never bothered to even look,
exactly.
like, where is he?
Why is he not around that much? Yeah.
Not realizing, but partly the truth is because he's trying, but the mother's never allowed it, and that's the saddest. And you know what, it's sad because you know what, there are so many people out there that are in that situation, but again, every scenario is different.
It's different.
There's sometimes times where it's better for the child not to have any contact with the other parent, depending on how the other parent is, whether physical abuse, whether they've got mental health issues, whether they're not capable to actually look after. Because we've got to remember, we're thinking, because alhamdulillah, we think we are normal people, right? Like, no, all jokes aside, but you got to remember, like, let's be honest, how many people are actually normal? There's more and more as we're growing up. We see more and more people that are having mental health issues. Sorry, let me take that back. Not to say normal, but what we perceive as normal. Right? Yeah. Because even people with mental health, everyone's normal.
I just say it bluntly, bro. Some people are just weird.
No, it's never
how
weird.
it is, bro.
Some people just have an illness, or unfortunately they maybe through upbringing or they were raised differently, but some people are a danger to society. And sometimes it's within their control that they've caused that, or sometimes it's not their control because they've got an illness or they've mental health problems or something. But what my point is it's more and more common that there's less people that we would perceive as normal, and there's more people with issues, with mental health problems.
This is where the importance of having case managers is right. There, because obviously they're gonna be able to see whether the mother is she causing a scene, or is she like trying to make a like build up a case for herself just so it benefits her. That case manager is gonna be able to prevent that, isn't it? And because the legal system is set up for them in favor of the woman, she needs, or whoever, not she, whoever, the case manager needs to stop that from happening.
100%. And
bro, I just think, you know what, when it comes to divorce, when it comes to splitting, when it comes to separations for couples, and when it comes to like children, bro, all the privileges, they mainly line up towards the women. And I know, like, for example, obviously they go through a lot of hardship in the process. Like, obviously they have to carry the child for 9 months and all that sort of stuff. They are the decision makers and all that sort of stuff in terms of whether they're going to keep the child or whether they're not. Even that privilege lies with the mother. It's not the father's decision. The father may want a second child, but she still has the option to go for an abortion, or whether she wants to keep it, or whatever sort of pills she wants to take and all that sort of stuff. What I'm saying is a lot of the privileges lie with the females. Even like, for example, in terms of the raising, in terms of upbringing, in terms of who the child is going to stay with. Yeah. So bro, I think I understand the country does do quite a lot to support females, but I think in the process they forget that men are also humans, and men also need something to fall back on them as well. Like, do you know what I mean? We still have feelings. Do you know what I mean? When we're not just there just for the sake of it.
100%. I just want to summarize, just going around the table. What would your advice or your opinion be on, going back to the scenario and the situation? What would you advise the husband, not the husband, the man who is being restricted from seeing his daughter, even though we're assuming there's nothing wrong, he's not done anything wrong, the relationship just fell apart, but he still wants to see his daughter, have a relationship with his daughter. What advice would you give if the woman is limiting it or just giving the bare minimum?
I think that's something out of your control, man. If the amount of visitations is being limited, that's something that you can't really do anything about. You can't change it. So the best thing you can do, the best case scenario, is to keep building that relationship with your daughter. That's the best thing you can do, man. Whenever you do have visitations, if it's once a week or if it's twice a week, whatever it is, make sure that quality time is quality time. Yeah, don't let any outside noise get to you. Don't let like whatever's happening with you and the woman or the wife, or ex-wife, don't let that get in between you and your relationship with the daughter. That quality time is what's gonna keep building, and only when she's older, that's when she's gonna be able to differentiate. Okay, you know what, daddy was there for me. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Whatever the mother might be saying, whatever, right? If you do know that, right, I'm still raising my daughter, right? You know yourself, bro. Like, if you're in a situation, you know what the right thing to do is. You know what I'm saying? So you raising the daughter the best way you can. That's the best thing you can do. So that's the best advice I've got.
Nice. What about you, Saki?
Solid, bro. I can't lie. I was pretty much gonna say exactly the same. So I'm just gonna echo exactly what Ansa said. So yeah, I think it's just pretty much like look, at the end of the day, you know, there is gonna come a point where basically you're gonna think, you know what am I doing this for? I need to just start my own life. I need to build a future with someone else and whatnot. Even if you was to do that, don't stop meeting your daughter.
Don't give up on it.
Still build your relationship with your daughter, because, you know, think about how much she still needs you. If your ex-missus is being bang out of order, that's up to her. She'll deal with that at some point in the future, right? Karma's you know, one of those things, isn't it? It comes around one way or another.
In this life or the next life.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
So, but I think just stay strong and but unfortunately we live in a world where basically you can't really do much about it, as Ansa said. The only thing that I would say is look out for your daughter's safety, in the sense where, for example, not spy and don't try plotting anything, but what I'm just trying to say is just look out for things that can impact your daughter in a really, really negative way. For example, mother's mental health. For example, who the mother is being associated with. You know, if she is that narrow-minded to the point where basically she's going to be limiting the father from meeting the child, you don't know what she's capable of doing, right? So to that point where basically, is she allowing risk to be around that daughter? And if there is, then, you know, you need that you know he can use that to maybe build his own contact with the child a little bit more, from a legal perspective. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I think very good points. I think to finish it off, for me, it's hard because obviously I have not been in that situation myself.
Okay,
so
any of us have.
yeah, we haven't been in that situation ourselves. So
something you haven't told us.
all I can say is, you know, don't give up, because look, in life we all will and have gone through hurdles, you know, gone through challenges, gone through hardship. This is just one of them. So in your head, you know, as much as you're upset of the situation, you can't feel sorry for yourself, because sometimes when you feel sorry for yourself, it can lead into a different avenue and you can get lost and you can go spiral. So I think it's just important, and you just keep reminding yourself, you know, this won't last forever. You know, as my child gets older, she will realize, because I'm putting that effort in and I'm going to be consistent. So you have to make sure you're still performing at your best and being there for your daughter, and it will pay off, whether it's soon, whether it's now, or whether when the child becomes older, you know, goes to school, speaks to her friends, all of these things where, you know, she goes through life and she realizes, oh, you know, so many families, they've got parents, their mom and dad, they're talking about this, you know, and that's how slowly, as the children get older, their minds, they become more developed. So naturally, they will come asking questions about, oh, where's my dad? How's my dad? And then when you see them over time, even if you're still seeing them once a week, your daughter will have questions that will make things a lot clearer, and you can answer them. And then you can eventually, I hope, and I pray that there comes a time when, you know, this stops and the daughter says, you know, I want to continue seeing my dad, and fights for the dad as well, and then, you know, the relationship builds. And that's all you can do, is just have faith, have trust, and, you know, just continue being consistent.
Smash it, man. I hope it works out for the brother asking, man.
Yeah, man.
Right, guys, let's wrap it up there, man. Solid one today. Good one. Alright, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.
See ya.